So apparently there is a report going on right now that a Samsung Galaxy S10 5G has actually burst into flames. Sounds very reminiscent of what happened with Samsung and the Galaxy Note 7 some years back, right? Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the DC show. This is T. McNeil. Today is Wednesday. Let's talk some tech gaming news. So as I stated before, guys, there's actually a Galaxy S10 5G that reportedly burst into flames, and very reminiscent again of what happened with the Note 7, I think back in 2016, 2017. And for some strange reason, Samsung is refusing to take responsibility for this particular phone. Now, it's only this one incident that we know of so far, okay? But we'll get into the information and we'll go from there. Now, if you guys remember with the Note 7, the battery, according to this, is what caused them to generate excessive heat and occasionally light on fire. So reports back then stated that Samsung actually, once they ceased production of the Note 7, they actually replaced the battery with a different brand, or I guess a different kind, that was less likely to produce that much heat, thus causing the batteries in the phone to catch fire. So now with the report of this new S10 5G doing the exact same thing, it really doesn't seem like it's solving the issue, okay? But let's go ahead on and actually get into the information, guys. Now it does say right here that this week a South Korean Galaxy S10 5G owner posted photos of the phone scorched beyond recognition. He says that he hadn't done anything that would cause the 5G S10 to combust, claiming it burnt without reason. My phone was on the table when it started smelling burnt, and smoke soon engulfed the phone. The S10 5G owner, who asked to be identified by his last name, Lee, told AFP, "I had to drop it to the ground when I touched it because it was so hot." He then added that everything inside the phone was burnt. And what I'll do, guys, I'll put an actual image up of the phone itself, in regards to what, you guys see the thumbnail, but, we'll go over that and just formulate you guys' thoughts and opinions on that. Now, I'm not sure if actually this guy's in South Korea or he's actually a South Korean living here in the United States. In other words, did it happen here in the United States or did it happen over in South Korea? The information really doesn't speculate on that. So we don't really know if this is the first 5G S10 that's actually having issues here in the States. Like I said, it doesn't really confirm that, okay? But it's very strange, again, that Samsung is refusing to rectify this problem. There was also another story that happened a while back when I think that it was a S9. It may have been one or two incidents, but it didn't make, headlines or national news, so to speak. It wasn't blown up as big as it was with the Note 7, because with the Note 7, it was happening simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? All at once. I mean, every week you was hearing about somebody having this issue. So because it's not as widespread, that may be the reason why Samsung's not worried about it. And then it could be a thing where maybe they think that this young man is lying. Maybe they think, it's something that he's done to his phone to cause this issue. And Samsung already stated that it's not an internal issue as like before. It's actually an external issue. So I'm not really sure exactly what that means. As far as external, we'll have to wait and see. Now, it does go on to say, guys, that Samsung, unsurprisingly, refused to refund Lee for his ruined phone. The South Korean company told AFP that the damage to the phone was the result of an external impact, not an internal issue. Details surrounding the incidents are rather scant from both Samsung and Lee, so until more of this, it's hard to say whether or not the Galaxy S10 5G is actually problematic. That said, this is the first such burnt S10 5G that we've heard of. Alright, so again, as I stated, Samsung's not really worried about this for some reason. They're calling it an external impact. I'm not sure exactly what that means. What type of impact would happen to a person's phone, that would allow it to catch fire? Now here's the deal, guys. I'm not going to try to play this whole sides game, guys. What I mean by that is, who's better than who. But I will say that, by me being an Apple iPhone owner, we've never actually heard of Apple having this problem. Okay, guys, it's always seems to be Samsung for some reason, and it just really makes the company look bad. I mean, it really does. And I don't know if the Note 7 actually ruined Samsung or not, but it definitely left a bad taste in a lot of folks' mouths. I know it did for me. And because of what happened with the Note 7, I kind of lost a lot of faith in Samsung. And I was nervous as hell to own any type of Galaxy phone after that point, because I didn't know what was going to happen with that phone. I said it may be me, be the next one to actually have an issue and the phone catches fire in my pocket or my book bag causes, injury, because it was just like a random thing. You didn't know whose phone was defective. So for Samsung, I think to actually ignore this, I think it's a bad mistake, because I think what's going to happen is eventually, I'll say maybe this could happen again. Okay, it's happened before. Okay, but I want to give you guys thoughts and opinions on that. Are you guys S10 owners? Let me know. Does this change anything? Does this, make you guys want to switch to possibly another brand? Or do you guys still have a lot of confidence and faith in Samsung enough to say, hey, this is just a small minor issue and it's not something that relatively affects me? Alright, so if you guys have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. But as I stated, if more information does become available, you guys will be the first to know. It's very interesting that, again, Samsung is finding themselves in this boat again. And what it sounds like to me is like they're blaming the young man for this phone catching fire, which, again, I don't understand externally. Now, the only thing that I could probably think of, guys, honestly, maybe, again, if it's external, he may have had the phone plugged up and it was charging, and maybe it was on the charger too long, and then maybe the phone overheated and burst into flames. Maybe. But he's not saying that. Okay. We all do that, guys. Everybody charges their phones at night, usually. And, most people actually sleep throughout the night with their phone still on the charger. And you wake up in the morning and your phone's actually still plugged up and you unplug it. So, again, even if that is the case, it sounds like to me it's still an issue with the battery or some other combustible element inside the phone that allowed this phone to catch fire. I just can't see anybody purposely doing something to their phone, like setting it on fire or, doing something crazy to it, what I'm saying, guys, to actually get a response from Samsung. It just doesn't make any sense, okay? But again, you guys give me your thoughts and opinions, and we'll go from there. Also, guys, make sure that you like and share this content. I would definitely appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy the content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I would definitely appreciate that for the channel. And lastly, do not forget to tap the bell symbol so that you receive notifications when the DC Show puts up new content, or in some cases, updated content. Alright? So I appreciate you guys watching and listening and tuning in. Until the next time, have a good one.